Hi guys, Matt here from Proton.org. Today we have with us the Geely Binyue, otherwise known as the Proton X50. Now it's not officially called the Proton X50, but this, as you can see, is Geely's newest B-segment SUV. So this is the direct competitor to the Honda HR-V, the Mazda CX-3 and the Toyota CHR. Styling wise, I like the way this car looks. It's got LED lights, full LED lights mind you, and it's got 18-inch wheels, dual tone paint. Look at that. This side mirror is actually got carbon fiber print. It's not a vinyl, it's actually a whole piece that's molded and textured as well. Now around the top you got roof rails that's contrasted, looks really nice, and this chrome piece that goes all the way sort of highlights the tapering roofline a little bit. Do you guys like the way it looks? This kink is a very typical Geely trait, so it's also on the Binyue or Proton X50. It's just more prominent here with this steep kink. There's a roof spoiler here. It kind of looks a little bit out of place, but it adds to the whole sporty look of it, and I think it kind of looks alright. It doesn't look too jarring out. Down here, full LED taillights. It says Geely Advanced LED there, look at that. So that's how it's gonna look. Gorgeous stuff. And just to give you a 3/4 view of the car, that's how it looks right next to the Binyue. Alrighty. Oh wow, check out what we have down here. Quad exhaust, guys. This must be the 1.5 liter engine. And speaking of the engine, this guy gets a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder petrol engine, and it makes about 174 horsepower and 255 Newton meters of torque. This engine is specifically paired to a 6-speed manual. Otherwise, if you don't get a manual, it's a 7-speed dual clutch automatic. And I just had a brief spin around this headquarters. It's only inside, so driving wise, it's gonna give you guys a very close impression of what it's like to drive in a city. And this 7-speed dual clutch auto is actually pretty smooth, and the pickup, because it's a much lighter car, is actually better than the Proton X70. Now take a look inside. Would you look at that, it's a red on black finish, so this has to be the sporty variant of the Binyue. Take a look inside. By the way, Proton, if you're watching this video, I think a lot of us would want the 1.5 liter engine and not the 1 liter. So right in the middle, you get a fully digital instrument cluster, again same as the Geely family of SUV and MPV. Right here in the middle, this is a 10-inch, I believe, and it's got a really cool aspect ratio. Actually very narrow, 8:3. Some buttons here. There we go. That's the screen. That's how it looks like. Pretty high definition actually. GoPro doesn't do it justice, but there you have it. Down here, you got the controls for the aircon, some space to put your stuff, an electronic gear lever. This is the same unit you find in the Geely GIG, the new 7-seater MPV, and some controls down here for the Eco Sport mode. You got the downhill assist. This is the 360-degree camera. This is very handy for city driving. Electromechanical parking switch with auto hold assist, as well as self-parking and your front and rear parking sensors. Down here, of course, we've got more stuff. Actually, just a place for you to keep your loose change, and you got a 12-volt socket right here, as well as a USB port. So, yeah. In terms of the steering wheel, it's a flat bottom unit, and really nice to hold. It actually looks smaller. I think it feels smaller as well compared to the Proton X70, which is a good thing because this is a city car after all. As for the seats, really nice looking dual tone finish right there. You've got perforated leather and some fabric right here, and S presumably for sexy. Nah, just kidding. It stands for sport. And back here, now space looks pretty decent. That is not my driver's position. It's actually moved forwards a little bit, but let me just have a seat here. Oh, as you can tell, I think space wise, with my driver position set a little bit back, I think I can get about 1.5 knuckle worth of space. I think that's pretty decent for a B segment SUV. Definitely more spacious than the Mazda CX-3, and there is no center hump, so you can, you know, just glide past and not feel constricted or claustrophobic. This is actually a pretty decent rear cabin. I love it. The seats themselves, the cushion may be a little bit short, so it doesn't go all the way up to my the back of my knee right here. So maybe space is not ideal, but again, it's a CT SUV. It's a B segment SUV. What other features can you get? Powered windows, the same door handles. Otherwise, pretty standard issue for a car like this. There's a hook right there, and then a USB port here. Single unit, unfortunately, not like the two you find in the Proton X50. And some space down here to keep your stuff down there. And finally, let's check out the boot space. Okay, so this guy doesn't come with powered tailgate, it's manual only, but boot space looks pretty huge. It goes all the way in there. You've got a 12-volt socket right here next to the LED lights. That's a nice touch. And these are the tools you get. Wow, not bad at all. So yeah, there you have it, guys. We don't know the pricing for the Geely Binyue when it comes to Malaysia yet, but again, expect it to be well under 100,000 ringgit. So there you have it, guys. Let us know what you think of the Geely Binyue, the B segment SUV, otherwise known as the Proton X50.